So I was getting ready to go to work and I just really wanted to drive the Cobra, and I had got the keys, and a couple times I went to put them back and I was like, I don't know if I should drive it to work. And then I thought, well, no, go ahead and drive it to work and enjoy it. If you feel like taking the car out, then take it. A lot of times I worry about it, sitting out in the parking lot, but in this corner spot, nobody's going to bother it. And it's in the really early hours of the morning, so it's really not sitting out in the sun or anything. So I went ahead and took the Cobra and I was driving it, and I thought, wow, what would this be like daily driving this car all the time? I know you'd get used to it, so you'd probably get a little bit bored and maybe not enjoy the car as much because you're always just using it. But I mean, you do make the most memories in the cars that you drive the most, so not a bad thing. But I thought, well, I could daily drive this car if I wanted to, and it's kind of hard to believe some people have daily driven these cars. But anyway, I was driving to work and I was making it into the industrial area where the building is, and I made it through a light behind a semi-truck, and it was 2 lanes going down the road, so I went to pass him, and he was only going like 20 miles an hour, and it was 35, so I was going like 35, and I was passing him, and I'm always looking at the front wheels on the semi-truck to see if they start to cross over the line, because if the front wheel crosses first, the rest of the truck's coming after it. And sure enough, I watched the front wheel completely cross the line just out of nowhere. He completely just went into my lane, forced me over into the E lane, so I got into the E lane and downshifted and hit it and ripped past him. And the reason he got into my lane is because he wanted to make a right turn into a gas station, so he wanted to go wide. So basically, he just completely ran me off the road and to make that turn. He didn't know I was there, but I should have been in his mirror because I was coming behind him and I was going all the way up the side of him, and so he probably just didn't expect that I was there because he had just gotten off the highway, and I came up behind him kind of quick so I could make the light. So everything was okay, but it could have been worse, and it kind of made me upset that the one time I drive this car to work, I basically get run off the road by a semi-truck, but it was all right. Now going down the E lane, there's a lot of dirt and rocks and stuff there, so I wasn't really happy about that, but it wasn't too bad. And so I had parked my Mustangs here for years, and every time you walk away, you look back and see the car, and it looks great. And then on my break, I'd go out. Here's my brother's GT sitting out here in the parking lot. He would have parked next to me, but someone else was already there. But on my breaks, I just walk out and sit by the car and enjoy it. And you can see the spot is plenty large to park the car and have plenty of space. And so each break I went out and the daylight was there now, the sunrise coming up, and it looked really good. So beautiful to see the Cobra there. So I took a nice drive home, and I went by this back roadway. It's just, a couple minutes out of the way, but I really like driving here. So every day when I'm driving home in the GT from work, I see this parking lot to the mall, and I always think about just parking out there and taking pictures of the car. And it just seems like a nice place to go when it's wide open and nobody's there. Everyone's rushing and trying to get places, and the mall's not open yet and stuff. And so I just thought it'd be kind of cool to get the Cobra and go over there and take some pictures and walk around the car and just get to experience it from a little bit of a distance, get some space, walk around the car, take a few steps back, and then every time I drive past, then I can think of the good memory I have of the car here. So I always want to do that. Everyone's on the hustle and bustle trying to get places. And so I just wanted to do that. And the car's looking great. You have the nice early morning lighting, so looks really, really good. And it's just something I wanted to do. And I should probably stop there with the other cars and do the same thing, but it's just one of those things you're always trying to get somewhere, so you never do it. And so this is the day that I did it. And you never know who's watching when you drive by. There's a lot of traffic and stuff going around the mall on each way, and so it's kind of cool to see a Cobra out there in the parking lot being enjoyed and photographed and videoed and stuff. So I just had a good time with the car, and it was a nice temperature outside, and the shadows were looking good. The sun was coming up, and you'll see a little bit of a shine on the car. It'll look pretty good here, you'll see, but sometimes it's nice to get the car without the harsh lighting on it from the sun. So it's still kind of sunrise, sun's not all the way up yet, but the car's looking great. But this is one of the ways that I enjoy the car, and you have to be there in person to really experience it. So videos and photos help, but when you're actually there, just standing there looking at the car and seeing how good it looks in person, it's a whole different feeling. And I think it's the same way with car shows. You see pictures of car shows, or you go to a car show and you kind of walk past cars, and if you don't take the time to stop and look at each vehicle and look at the wheels and look at the brakes and look at the interior and start noticing different things, then you'll walk by a lot of cars without giving them the credit they deserve or seeing the details that the owners have put into the cars. And I know that it's not easy to go to a car show and spend a lot of time with each vehicle that you see, but that's why most people will go to a car show and they'll find the cars they like and look at those the most. But even then, it's hard to remember little details like what wheels the car had on it and stuff like that. So it's just something that I think about often. So I wanted to get some good pictures, and sometimes you take 1,000 pictures and then a couple of them turn out to be something you really, really like. So it's good to take a lot of pictures because you'll be glad when one or two of them turn out to be something really special. And so you can never have enough. That's the way I always see it. So nice to see the car. It's looking good, shining just right. The sun's starting to come up. So I went and got gas, the clear ethanol-free gas for the car because it doesn't go out a whole lot. Then I went out to get something to eat, and I enjoyed that a lot. I like to see the car where I sit. And then it's always nice to walk out to the car looking good.
From sitting 135, not bad, just from heat soaking.
So I got home, checked out the competition orange Terminator, just kind of hung out in the garage, looked at the difference between the wheels with the Mach 1 and the Cobra. Kind of a cool shot there. Again, in person it looks really cool, and so I tried to capture that, but it doesn't always come out on camera. I let the car cool down with the hood open, and then kind of cleaned some of the dust off the bumper and stuff. And anyway, just really cool, nice experience. So that's just enjoying the red Cobra for a little bit. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more Mustang content.